Hello everyone. Today I'm going to go through a couple of final exam with you so that you can get familiar with what you expected exam and also knowing some technique how to answer these questions. So the first one we are going to look at is April 2013 exam, which is the most recent one. And as you can see, there are a total of 12 questions in this final exam. So it's a really intense exam. And question number one and question number two is some typical print something, just like you see in the midterm exam. So you should expect to see this kind of question as well in the final exam. And this question is for me is really tricky, and it's really easy to lose mark. And question three and question four. Question three is about designing the test cases, and this part is the part that you should not lose any mark because for test cases it's just really standard one. And question four is giving you a function, you need to read it to understand the function, and then if you have different input, then what will be the corresponding value? So this question is asking your understanding of code. And it's the same for question 5, it's the same. So, and this one typically is asking about if statement. Question 6, question 7 is writing code. So you need to read the question, see the doctrine, and then write the code. And question 8 is asking question about class, which for sure will appear in the final exam because class is such an important concept you need to know. And after that is all coding as well, 9 to 10. But in the last question, question 12 for this one, it just give you a algorithm and then ask you about the performance of the algorithm. So we'll go through all of this and then we'll go through another final exam. So first, question number 1, part 1, print 7 divided by 4. So is there any error? No, this is a good statement, right? You can tell. And the output is 7 divided by 4, which is 1.75. Alright. And B, print 7 double slash 4. This double slash sign means integer division. So you only use 7 integer division by 4. So in this case, because output you get is 1.75, so we only get the integer, which is 1. So there's no error in this one, and the output is 1. And the third one, print 7 percentage sign 4. This percentage sign in Python means mod. That means you will get the remainder of the value. So 7 mod 4 is equal to 1 remained 3. Okay. So here the output should be 3. The first one is about list. So L equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have a list which contains 1, 2, 3, 4, and you want to print L4, which is the 5th element in the list. Okay, remember that Python used 0 base. So 4 means the 5th element. So in this case you have error because the list only contains 4 elements. So error, no output. And it's the same for this one. Words you have 0, 1, 2, right? So index, this one is index 0, this is index 1, this is index 2. So if you want to print word 3, which means the 4th element, there's no 4th element in the words list. So error as well. And this one, s equal to time, and s0 equal to L, so you want to change the first element of the string to L and then print out as 0. Okay, so here a really easy mistake that people will make is, okay, they will assume that S0 you can change the first element of S to L and then print it out, which will become L. But no, the problem here is that string is an immutable object. Okay, an immutable object means once you create it, you cannot change it anymore. Okay, so in this case you have error because string is an immutable object here. Okay, so this one you have error. And in terms of an immutable object, what have we learned that is an immutable object is string. String is immutable object, tuple, and I think basically these two, an integer as well. So these object types are immutable object. That means once you create it, you cannot change it. All right, but not for list. List is mutable object. All right. Okay. So let's move on. So this one you have a dictionary which contains 3 elements, and the corresponding value is a list. So print D1. So first of all, D1 is not the second element of the dictionary. Is that it is the key which equal to 1. So in this case it's this one. Alright, so D1 you will get the value associated with the key 1, then it's a list. Happy, go, lucky. So we ignore this part, and now we want to check this part. Okay, so this list, -1 of this list means the last element of this list, which is lucky in this case. Okay, so now you have lucky, and we ignore this part. We want to see this part. Okay, and then this one is says that 1, comma. That means from the second element, which is included, and then it goes on. So this is index 0, so we ignored it, and then comes from 1, and then go to the end. So we have UCKY. So no error in this case, and the output is UCKY. Okay. All right. And letters equal to ABC. Letter 0 equal to 3 to 1. Print letters. Okay. In this case, because we say that list is a mutable object, so you can change it. Okay. So you change the first element of letter to 3 to 1, and then you print out. So the output will be 3 to 1 B C.